Right now on the phone, we're talking to Maggie Q of Nikita on CW44. How are you doing this morning, Maggie?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Are you in Los Angeles right now?
I'm in Toronto.
You're in Toronto. How's the weather right there?
You know what? Actually, it's quite beautiful. Fall is here.
Can you tell us a little bit about Season 2 of Nikita tonight on the CW44?
You know, we sort of pick off where we left off last season in terms of, you know, Nikita and Alex's relationship sort of being in pieces, and Nikita and Michael on the run and joining forces together this season to take down Division.
Can you give us a little bit of insight of what we're going to see in Season 2?
You know, I think the fans of Season 1, you know, they had waited a long time to see Michael and Nikita come together and have this sort of partnership and relationship. And I think that's going to be a big sort of thing. Seeing them working together is really fun. But, you know, like all relationships, you know, the rough ride isn't over when you've gotten together. It's sort of just beginning. And I think in Season 2, we're going to have some really, what I like to call adult problems for the two of them that I think are really going to kind of break people's hearts and divide them, because they do really belong together and there's great love there, but there certainly are things that are beyond their control that are going to affect them.
Adult problems, so you mean love interests that are going to affect other characters?
Yeah, no, even more adult than that, actually, because we didn't want it to be sort of like when there were bumps in the road for them. We didn't want it to be sort of like, oh, you looked at that woman, or who are you talking, who's that guy, you know? Because that's just like, people are just going to be mad. And it's like not a soap opera, you know? This is like, we're trying to, you know, create a level for people that really sort of will affect them emotionally. So it is going to be something even more serious than that stuff.
Now, you play an assassin in the show. Do you do any of your own stunts?
Yeah, I do all of them.
Have you ever been injured doing one?
I have, in my career of doing action for 14 years, I definitely have had different injuries. But I have to say, you know, knock on wood, that I've been very lucky to sort of walk away from everything. You know, it's always been like a pull or a sprain or a tear or something, but not something that I couldn't recover from. So I've been lucky. Last season, I have to say, I really didn't get injured. I was so, I mean, the level of action I do, it's unbelievable that that it hadn't happened last year. And this year, I've had just little things. You know, I think I fractured my toe. I pulled my intercostals, my ribs. Like, I can't reach for glasses right now.
Man, you're killing yourself.
I am. You guys
careful.
Don't understand.
Well, I heard you say knock on wood. That was going to be my next question. Do you have any superstitions on the set or just in general?
No, you know, it's so funny. My mom is a superstitious person, but I've never sort of been. I'm very like safety though. I'm like, you know what I mean? I mean, I think if you're thorough, you're going to be okay. And I'm super duper like uber safety first sort of person on set.
Well, if there were any superpowers that you could have on this show, what would they be?
Superpowers.
If you were
not
talking
just the show, but me, I've always wanted to fly.
You've always wanted to fly like Superman.
I just want to have or the Spider-Man ability to jump from building to building. Why not? Who doesn't want that? All of it.
Now, you're an assassin that has martial arts skills, right, in the show?
I do a variety of stuff. I mean, there's some martial arts aspect to it. There's a boxing aspect to it. There's a lot of, all the gun stuff is just, you know, gun stuff. So she does everything. Now,
you have a stunt coordinator and a fight coordinator on the show, is that right?
Yeah, we have a stunt coordinator and a fight coordinator. So we have two different people that are sort of, you know, one's handling, you know, like the bigger stunts, explosions, things like that, gun stuff, and the other one handles specifically like the hand-to-hand stuff.
Anything embarrassing happen?
Anything embarrassing?
Anything embarrassing happen on the show that obviously we won't see?
Well, 2 episodes ago, I was shooting my gun. I have like this P99, and you know it shoots out to the right, and the shells.
Mm-hmm.
And I was running down a hill so fast that the trajectory of the bullet somehow it ended up in my jacket.
It ended up in your jacket.
I don't know how. It's never happened to me in my entire career. And I felt this burning, but it was during a take, and I tried to ignore it because I wanted to finish the take. And I'm like, it felt like I was being stung by 1,000 bees. And I finally opened up my jacket to look what happened, and I knew it was the shells. And I looked down, and I had burns all over my chest.
Really?
I mean, literally, I was a cup size bigger. That's how.
That's some crazy stuff right there.
Yeah, that is some crazy stuff. And then all of a sudden, everyone on set was a medic. Everyone had medical experience.
At least all the guys were, right?
Huh?
I said
yeah,
at least
all the guys somehow, you know, were EMTs.
Who is your favorite actor or actress that you've ever worked with? Because I see you've worked with some pretty big names like Tom Cruise, let's see, Hugh Jackman, Bruce Willis, George Lopez. Who would be your all-time favorite?
Oh, God, it's so funny. My all-time favorite person has to be George.
George Lopez?
But talent, I mean, I've had a crush on Christopher Plummer my entire life. I mean, since I was a child.
You've had a
crush.
crush.
And I recently just did a film with him. And I remember thinking that I would never meet him or I would never have this opportunity. And the director knew that I loved Christopher Plummer. And somehow it had come down to him getting cast for the role. And they didn't tell me as a surprise. So I showed up on set not knowing Christopher Plummer was going to be sitting right in front of the monitors. And I saw him and I literally almost had a panic attack. And we talked and it was the greatest thing. And I had told him, I said, oh my God, Mr. Plummer, I admire your career so much. You're such a wonderful talent and I just love you and I can't believe you're here.
Well, you got one plus. At least your words didn't come out all jumbled up.
They didn't. I was very clear about my love for him.
And you know, a lot of times when you meet your favorite actor, celebrity, anybody, you got to be very careful because, you know.
No, I know, and you should never meet them, actually. You know, you just have the idea of them and, you know, because, you know, you never know, right? Because sometimes we build them up to be something different, which is unfair as well to the celebrity. But for Christopher Plummer, I mean, I was one of the lucky ones who sort of met one of my favorite talents, you know, the man I've had a crush on since I was 6.
Yeah, and he was super nice.
And he was just better than anything that I could have expected.
That's
so
all.
I'm lucky. I'm one of the lucky ones.
Well, we look forward to seeing season 2 of Nikita. It's on tonight on the CW44. And I got to say, you share something in common with me. Well, pretty in common. Your birthday's May 22nd. Mine's May 23rd.
No way.
Way. 23.
See, we're connected. We're Geminis. There's 4 of us on this call.
Well, we look forward to seeing you on Nikita tonight on CW44. Thanks for joining us, Maggie.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You have a great day.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.